Brandon Benefield, Gerard Bonner, and Diana Michelle.
What's going on, everybody? It is that time of the week. It's Friday. You know what that means. It's time for your favorite podcast, the SHW podcast. This is our wrestling. B-double Brandon Benefield, the great GP Gerard Bonner, and the lovely new to the iPhone world, Diana Michelle.
Yes. Welcome her. Welcome her.
The new iPhone here. So
yes,
she's got the blue. Yeah, the blue speech bubbles.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, other than that, how's everybody doing? It's been a week since we talked, but
oh my God,
everybody good?
Week. Yes, can it be over by now, please? Thank you.
Right.
It's Friday night, so
TGIF.
Yes,
That's right.
I need a beach day so bad.
Oh my God, I need a beach really, really bad for a significant amount of time.
You know, the beach makes me think of water, makes me think of the lake, makes me think of a pond, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Well, we were told in this interview that we held just a little while ago that this is going to be dubbed the Pondcast. Because our guest this week, well, you'll find out, because our guest this week is Rob Killjoy, the Ugly Duckling. So we had a chance to talk to him a little earlier. Let's take a look. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Quack Attack is back. It's the one and only Ugly Duckling himself, Rob Killjoy, who
hello,
clown,
extreme close-up.
Hello.
Hello, is anyone there?
Well, you know, Rob is a first-time guest here on the SHW podcast. And I was reminded at the last show, he'll figure it out, folks. Don't worry. He'll figure it out. I was reminded at our last show, May 3rd.
In this little box.
Yeah. It's us. Rob, it's us.
Oh, hey, what's up?
It's B3, the voices of SHW. I was reminded at our last show, it was your 5th anniversary from the time you arrived in SHW. It was May 3rd, 5 years ago. The same night Cody and Kenny and Jericho all showed up. Was the same night the Ugly Ducklings debuted in SHW. So happy belated 5th anniversary to you in SHW.
Thank you very, very much. Well,
absolutely. Quack. So how have you been? How are things going with you?
Well, you know, just trying to stay wet in the pond. You know how it goes. Just staying busy, just same as always. I am this duck is a creature of habit. So I've got lots of habits. Not just mainly just wrestling.
Well, so I know it was your 5th year at Southern Honor recently, but let's go back. Let's take the folks back. It's your first time on the podcast. Some folks getting to know you for the first time, going behind the scenes. I don't know what you call it, behind the pond, but I don't know what pun can we use here. Beyond the pond. There you go. Let's go beyond the pond and delve back into the history of Rob Killjoy. Give us a little backstory. Give us a little quack story on how you got into the business and your beginnings.
Oh, well, thank you, Mr. Peabody. I guess we'll jump into the way back machine. Well, I've actually been wrestling a really long time because I'm very old and my body hurts a lot. So,
I love it when you guys say that.
Yeah, I've been wrestling in almost 20 years now. Wow. That's over half my life. I am pretty old, and I know I look it. I definitely feel it. Now, I was trained in my first match was November of 2004. I trained once. I trained one time. I had my first match. Wow. And then I was just training and wrestling under a mask. So I was like wrestling twice on the same shows, just getting double experience. Before that, I backyard wrestled for like 3 years. Yeah. And but I was still in high school when I started wrestling. I would bring my videotapes in. That's how long ago this was. These were VHS tapes. Wow. I would bring them into my classrooms and make the whole class watch them, stuff like that. Go into home ec with my be like, oh, okay, cool. We'll go watch my match from last night now, right?
Yeah. So, old school marketing, you know? Yeah.
It's like I've always been a very grassroots wrestler. You know, that's why it took me so long to get good at this and get over.
Yeah. What area did you start in, or where are you from?
I'm originally from Asheboro, North Carolina.
Okay.
Which is around the Randleman area. Let's say about 25 minutes from Greensboro, if that helps.
Okay.
That helps.
Because people don't know where Asheboro is.
Well, we were just in Greensboro a few months ago for Sting's last match.
You know where Greensboro is. Yeah, so you went through Asheboro to get there, or High Point, that area. Okay. And you saw signs for it. You know.
Now it needed to be a sign that says "Home of the Ugly Duckling, Rob Killjoy." Then we would have stopped.
Yeah, maybe in memorial one day.
Oh, wow.
Way in the future. Way in the future.
Yeah, we'll see. There's time.
So
GB.
I'm curious. I'd love to know
Wait, I
when
thought the kid was interviewing me. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
For anybody
We
that's
can
just
bring him back because he can do it.
for anybody
He could
tuning
do
in
it.
before we started the interview,
could do it.
Jax, aka GB 2.0, was joining
Yeah.
us for the pre-show of the podcast.
By
Yeah.
far the most fun part, without
Well,
question.
if anybody's watched my work, I shine on the pre-show, so that's where my best work is.
I get it. I totally get. So I'm curious. At what point did you transform from the mask to the pond?
Well, I'm sorry. Repeat that question.
Yeah, you said
Have you
initially
always
you were
been a
under
duck?
the. Yeah, you were under a mask for a while. You said.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I did say that. Sorry.
Yes.
I wasn't exclusively under a mask. I was also wrestling under a mask. So
Awesome.
my apologies. That's why I did not
Okay.
understand
Yeah,
the question.
you were like, what? No, I was just
Well, I
curious
was like,
about the transformation to the pond.
okay, I got you. Normally I would try to BS an answer out of that, but I couldn't even play with that. I was like, no, I need to clarify. No, well, the first time Lance and I teamed together was in December of 2015. I had just started at PWX Wrestling.
Okay.
And we teamed together because we were representing something they were starting called the Juniors Division. Well, we teamed together, and I thought we were both interesting looking. So I just said to the announce team, I was like, hey, nobody has okayed this, but just call us the Ugly Ducklings. I think it'll be funny. No reason, like not thinking we would be ducks or anything, just thought it was a funny name because I look like this and he looks like he does. And nobody okayed it. I just made like a remark about it.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder here, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Also,
Don't sell yourself short.
Way to put yourself on the spot. What do you see?
No, I'm just saying. I think you look great. You're selling yourself short here.
Yeah.
That's why I thought Ugly Duckling was just.
I'm about 5'11". I'm about average. But so we started teaming together, and we had good chemistry. And then I was like, well, we should keep teaming because we like teaming with each other. So regardless of PWX, we should keep teaming. And then I put it out on the internet machine, the interwebs, that the Ugly Ducklings or the new Steiner brothers or something stupid like that. It's just something stupid. Yeah. And then the next show we were that we were booked on, it was a 6-way ladder match. We were technically opponents, but we were working together, and the crowd was quacking at us. And that's when I was like, oh, we could just be ducks. Because I just thought the Ugly Ducklings was just a funny name. Yeah, because we're ugly. And then it's like, oh, well, that makes my job so much easier. And then we just took that and ran with it.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Waddled with it.
Yeah. There it is. I like it. Waddle. I had never mind. Somebody else. I know exactly where I went. Yeah.
That's the short version. Sorry, I'm a detail guy, so I'll ramble if you let me. But I don't have the time for all that.
It's all good. All good. All good.
I mean, clearly you've been in this a lot longer than I have, because my first encounter with Rob Killjoy at AWN.
A minute ago. That place. Ooh. Yeah, that's
about what, 2018 maybe, 19 maybe, even I don't know, somewhere around there.
I don't know. My years run together. I'm very old. I don't know if I've mentioned this.
Shut up. You're not. You don't even know what old is. Shut up. We did this interview and you started quacking in the middle of the interview, and I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know I had never interviewed somebody who quacked, much less came out from. We went outside and did that outside interview. You remember? And you came out from behind the truck. It was like quack, and I was like, quack. And you was like quack.
I vaguely remember that.
Do you remember that?
Out. I vaguely remember that. I was just trying to be different. So
you were different because I was out there quacking like a goofball trying to find this Rob Killjoy, the Ugly Duckling. I had no idea what was going on.
Keep you on your toes, break you in.
Yes, you did.
You were new.
Yes, you did. I had those videos on my phone, on one of my phones. I just switched over. God Almighty.
Well, double phones. You know what that means.
Hey, we might have to. Well, yeah. We won't go there.
Super secret phone.
Yeah, super secret phone. We might have to find some of those old videos.
I was just watching this Ashley Madison documentary on Netflix. So I'm just saying. Yeah.
I mean,
double phones.
I got a few.
You never know where
Yes,
the,
I do have those interviews, and I will be happy to share them, especially when he put the mask on my face at the end, and that was just like, what?
There you go. You got to add those on to the end of this pod, which is a
Yes.
podcast. It's a podcast now.
It's a
Oh, yeah.
podcast.
It was
So
right
when,
there.
so
So
when do we get started? When do we start this thing, guys?
Oh, any minute now. Any minute now.
Okay, cool.
By the way,
Just put me in. I'll make sure to turn it on.
you never know. You never know where the conversation is going to go here.
All right, you're tagged
on the
Tag it.
podcast. But man, I tell you what. Now, Rob, one of my favorite things about you since you've been back. Now, a lot of people remember you from 5 years ago. You came in with the whole team.
Right.
You've been back over the last couple years doing a lot of singles matches and stuff. But
There's
in our
still enough duck to go around. There's enough duck to go around.
I love it. I love it. But in our conversations, we talk about some of your move names, some of your influences, stuff like that. Growing up in the 90s, Mighty Ducks was one of my big movies that I remember growing up in my childhood. And you have all these references that I love to the Mighty Ducks. Now, I don't know if everybody catches on to them, especially some of the younger generation.
They're just for me anyways. It's fine.
But I got to tell you, man, like the Power Bombay, like Gordon Bombay, the coach of the Mighty Ducks.
Coach Bombay.
Yeah,
you get
Emilio Estevez.
Yeah.
So it's just like little things like that I love. But like, I don't know what have you always just been real creative? Is it you? Is it a collaboration with you and the other guys coming up with all the little funny little Easter eggs and connections to movies and whatnot?
My whole goal in all of this is just to pop myself.
Right.
So that's just what I do. If I find it funny, or if White Mike and I can't stop laughing about it, then that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna say. It's just depends. And like I said, I got very lucky when the crowd started quacking at us, because then it just opened up all the doors. I was like, oh, we'll be Ducks. Oh, hey, we'll be we'll take inspiration from everything. I yell, let's get dangerous when I'm on the top rope, Darkwing Duck. Oh, hey, we'll do the quack circle with the Mighty Ducks. Inspiration from everywhere and everything. Like
Do you have a flying V?
Oh, that's I don't think you can ask me that legally on here.
Not that flying V.
But we did have a tag move called the Flying V, yes. But now I'm pretty much pretty much a single duckling. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, not that thing. I mean, I'm married duckling, but you know what I'm saying.
Of course. Congratulations. I know that was recent, correct?
Pretty recent.
Yeah.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Sorry, ladies.
Well,
Yeah, sorry, ladies.
Hey.
So I'm taking. But hey, I just watched this Netflix documentary on Ashley Madden. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. My wife's looking at me right now.
Did we mention
He
that?
has clipped the wings, guys. He can fly no more.
Oh gosh. So I do want to ask though, how difficult
Just
was
to
it?
pop myself.
Clearly, how
Sorry, go
difficult
ahead.
was it to transition from being a tag team wrestler to being a solo wrestler?
Well, to me, it wasn't difficult at all, because while they would take weekends off, they would go to their friends' weddings or whatever. I never stopped. I would still do weekends of singles. So to me, it wasn't difficult, say, match wise, cardio wise, thinking wise, but it's been a difficult transition that I feel like as a package, we were definitely like some of the parts was the whole of the parts was worth more than the sum, or however the saying goes. That together we created something special. Apart we're valuable, but together we had something special. And it's hard to replicate that. It's hard to, but time passes, things happen, and which we weren't doing that much anyways. But then Lance got sick, and then but he's in recovery and all that. But
That's great.
It just is what it is. But it wasn't a difficult transition working wise.
Okay.
And then I just trail off with the answer as I normally do.
No, you're fine. I mean, the first
All
time I met
good.
you, I didn't know there was a team. I just this is Rob Killjoy of the Ugly Ducklings. I'm like, where are the other ducks?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
I didn't. I
You
was
don't
just
wanna-
like, okay,
you don't
we're
wanna
gonna-
know.
We're gonna roll with this.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Then I met Coach Mikey. Holy crap. I love him. And you guys work
He's
so well
fake.
together.
No, he's actually the meanest person alive. He's such a
There's no way.
phony.
This
No,
is
he's
the
such a
There's
phony.
no way.
It's all a ruse. He acts like a big kid, but no, he's a manipulator. He's a sociopath.
you guys had
he
no
kills
idea this was going to
All
be
animals.
This is going to be the podcast, the
scoop.
tell-all
This is the scoop.
podcast.
Yes.
On his
Oh my
Netflix
God.
documentary, whatever
Okay.
they're like, but
Dark-
who was he really?
Dark
Yeah.
Side of the Pond
Yeah.
with Rob
Right.
There it is.
Killjoy.
Doom, doom.
Yep.
Yeah.
There it is. Mark side of the ring.
That's great.
Sorry, that's
great.
me and White Mike's joke. I got to give him half credit.
So there you go.
Yeah, he's not here right now.
Oh my
Bless
God.
it.
So I have been, because over the last few shows, you have been battling newcomers to SHW,
Yeah.
and you know they've been.
I'm the litmus test. I'm the measuring stick.
So I've been calling you the gatekeeper of SHW because of that.
Gates.
Yeah, and you've been winning and things like that. How important is it to you to now be in this veteran-like role where others really get to test their mettle against you?
Well, I mean, like, as you say, I'm a veteran here. And as you said, like, you just kind of glossed over the fact that, you said I've been winning and stuff, but who cares about that? No, I've been winning. I've been putting up some impressive wins.
It's coming up.
Dubs.
Yeah.
Picking up some dubs, as the kids say.
Absolutely.
But veteran presence, I mean, that's nothing new. It's something that I exemplify everywhere I go, honestly. Like, feels weird to call myself a vet. I'm just somebody who loves wrestling. I just happen to be doing it a long time. Yeah. And so this is what ends up happening. Any locker room I'm in, and I just try to, hey, don't forget to love wrestling. I try to spread the positivity of wrestling, because wrestling can beat you down. Wrestling can be very hard. Wrestling can upset you. Yeah. But you got to love wrestling, even when it doesn't love you back. Absolutely. And that's a lot of times, but it is what it is. You got it. I didn't get into this for it to love me back. I got into it because I loved it. And anybody who says anything about me otherwise, like, they didn't give me my love for wrestling, they can't take it away from me. They haven't put in my miles. They haven't taken my bumps. So it's right, wrong, or indifferent. I've earned an opinion on this after this long. So if I could give you my opinion, and I always say, hey, this is just my personal opinion. This is how I feel about it. Yeah. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. Nobody's told me that. This is just how I feel. Yeah. But I always tell my kids, like the kids that I train, hey, we're all just trying stuff. Nobody actually knows what they're talking about. I'm the one veteran who will tell you that. None of us actually know anything. Like, I'm going to go out there tonight. I'm going to hope that what I do works. I'm going to, make an educated guess. And, that experience has informed my educated guesses. Yeah. But I'm going to hope that the crowd likes what I give them. But they might not. Yeah. Does that sound like somebody who knows what they're doing to you?
but you're willing to try, which I think is
I'm not afraid to fail. I fail all the time. I am not afraid of failure. And you can't be for this. But I'm not going to go out there and be like, no, you go do it like this. Wrestling is one way, and it has to be that way because that's how it works. Man, anything can work. Wrestling could be anything you want it. You just got to commit. It's anything you want it to be. Yeah, but people get very narrow-minded when it comes to wrestling. They try to pigeonhole it. They try to think there's only one way. Man, it could be anything. You can, like, movies have to be one thing. How many different types of movies are there? The way I see it, okay, how many strings does a guitar have? I'm not a musician. I don't know, but it's not many.
Yeah.
How many different songs are there that involve guitars?
Lots.
Endless.
Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. But with the same few chords or whatever.
Yeah.
So relax, everybody. It's like that old mentality is dying out. I just try to be a better veteran than what I had around a lot of times. Right. So
I love it.
Again, and I trail off on the answer.
But it was great.
You want me to ramble and take side treks and stuff? I thought I said I didn't have much time.
Well, let me ask you this before you go, because you mentioned music, and I'm very, very curious. What is on your playlist en route to a show?
Oh, man, I have a very eclectic taste in music. My favorite band is Slayer, but I love old school rap. I love Christmas music. I love folk music. I love oldies. Oldies. Oh, okay. Well, don't. Sorry, it covers a lot of ground. There's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Janis Joplin, the Beatles. I love the Commodores. Just all sorts of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just it's a very eclectic taste in music for somebody who's favorite band is Slayer, but I love Biggie, Tupac. I like Kid and Play. I like NWA. I don't like new music. So
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
Me
I don't really like
either.
much new
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Lil Wayne,
Dang.
but overall, it's like I don't like new music.
Yeah.
There's just it's just all over the place. It depends on my mood. But it's
That's
like
awesome.
you go down, like say my Pandora, my
Mhm.
list and stuff. It's like you got Lil Wayne radio, Lil Dicky radio, you got Slayer radio, Cannibal Corpse,
Wow.
Deicide. I like death metal, but it's just very, very odd. I like oldies, love oldies. So
You guys have one of the most fun theme songs out of anybody we know on the independent scene. Is that you got the custom theme song? Is that a band that you guys know, or can you shout them out or anything?
man.
Or
Oh
who are those
yeah,
guys?
absolutely. That his name is Eddie Ruger. Ed,
Okay.
capital E, period. Ruger, Ruger. Oh no, he is a fantastic rapper. Him and his little daughter have rapped us to the ring live multiple times. He's a fantastic rapper. And we were the first wrestling theme song he did, and now he's done multiple other theme songs. He did, I believe he did the Workhorseman's theme song, but he did the former
nice.
Gymnasty
Really?
Boys theme song.
Wow.
He just does a lot of independent people's theme song now. Like you could definitely he's a very talented artist. He's got a great flow. It's very, very. He's a great rapper.
Yeah,
but
awesome.
Like until us, we were his first wrestling theme song. Obviously not. He makes music, does great stuff. Check him out, Eddie Ruger. Sorry, I should do more to hype him up on here, but I don't have his information right offhand right now. But please look him up. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Eddie Ruger. But yeah, he's fantastic, and we were his first wrestling theme song. So I hope he made a lot of profits off of us, because now our song's on Spotify. I hope he made a lot of money from all these other wrestlers who heard how fantastic of a job he did, quacktastic of a job he did on our theme song. And then they're like, hey, here's a few shekels to do ours.
There you go.
Well, you can find him on Instagram at Ed_E_Ruger. That's where you can
See, you
find
got
him.
me. Appreciate
There you
that.
go. We
Good looking
got
out.
you. We got you.
We called you
I'm
the
bad
professor.
at technology. I don't know if I mentioned this. I'm very old. I VHS tapes.
Here's the
You're
thing,
not
I'm pretty
old.
sure I'm older than you, so you keep saying that, and I'm like,
I'm
how does
Pretty
that make
sure
me
I
feel?
am too.
Nah. Like you just look older than me, not you, Diana.
We'll have an offline conversation about this. Anyways, moving on.
That's hilarious.
We talked earlier before we got on the air, live on the air with you, but you talked about how wrestling could be rough, maybe mentally, but let's talk about physically as well. We saw you do one of the coolest leg drops we've ever seen in the Action Building. We had the double ring, you hit the double springboard, got some major air time, and came down with that leg drop. And then you were telling me your tail feathers.
I quacked my butt. I cracked it.
Yeah. It was you've been feeling a little rough after that, but that was a rough landing. What did you say?
Now I'll pause so you can insert the clip of the leg drop.
But look at Killjoy.
Look at this.
Springboard from both rings.
Whoa!
Massive leg drop.
Huge move there.
And you see Killjoy feeling the effects there on his tailbone, but I guess we're going to count it here.
And that could do it.
Wow.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, that hurt a lot. Yeah, see, I'm all about post-production here. Yeah, but no, it hurt a lot. Like normal, I've done leg drops aplenty, but yeah, that my trajectory, I got pretty high up in the air.
Yeah, you did.
And I still hit my target. But yeah, it was I'm old. I don't know if I mentioned that. These hips just aren't what they used to be.
They
I'm
don't
not sure
lie.
what they used to be.
They don't
I'm
like.
not sure what they used to be, but I've never felt this before, so it's entirely new to me. So my body hurts. I'm used to that, but this hip one, that's a new one. I'm very, very old.
But you know what?
So I'm gonna cut some tennis balls, put them on my walker.
But you know what? You got the win, okay? And we talked about that earlier. You alluded to it earlier. You've been getting wins lately.
That's
and
right.
That leads me to this. June 7th, SHW 63, Jake the Snake Legacy Championship matchup. It was announced at the last show. Jake the Snake sent in a text message. He was watching the show from afar. We're going to have a four-way match, fatal four-way match for the Jake the Snake Legacy title. It'll be yourself, the Ugly Duckling Rob Killjoy, versus the Wall Tyler Stevens, versus Kyle Matthews, versus the JTS Legacy Champion, Hollywood Hunter James. But you can't forget about the guiding like Tristan Michaels on the outside with Hunter James. So he's
Oh,
always
I
kind of
did.
got that.
I did
Please
forget
bring
about it.
Mikey to back you up, man. Please make Mikey
Well,
come.
we'll talk to him. Maybe you can sweet talk it for me.
I'm going to do my best.
Yeah, he doesn't like my sweet talk doesn't work. My intimidation tactics don't work. So he's off running around with bananas or something along those lines. I don't know.
I got on him Saturday. I was like, "Why don't you come?"
Yeah,
we'll stay on him. They would love him. You guys
he was
together.
just evasive, wasn't he? He's like, oh, you, without giving you an actual answer, just like with this charm. See, he's a manipulator. He's a sociopath.
I did not know we were going to open up all these cans of worms here on the show.
No
yeah.
idea.
I didn't know we were going to throw him under the bus so much.
Back
I'm
to
just saying, like
June 7th for Fatal 4-Way
June
match.
7th.
How are we
June
feeling?
7th. I've got a Fatal 4-Way match.
A
for the
title
Jake
match.
The Snake.
Yes, you
I got
do.
a Jake the Snake Roberts. So I'm going to win that snake skin belt because that's what it's for. It's for the snake skin title, right?
Yeah.
And you said I've got a Fatal 4-Way. There's me, the Duck Man, quack, quack. Got Kyle Matthews, who I respect a lot. And I would love this if this was just me and him one-on-one for that title. But fate had other plans, I guess.
Yeah.
But Kyle Matthews, somebody who is, I love his wrestling style. I'm a big fan of him. We've only ever touched once.
Really?
One time in in the
Really?
trios tournament, the SCI trios tournament, all the way back in 2017,
Wow.
back in the day when I was a young whippersnapper. And we've never touched. I would love a one-on-one with him, but instead we've got two other people in our way. But speaking of Hollywood Hunter James, I almost had him whenever we faced one-on-one.
Yeah.
But this is a time for me to redeem myself, get that win back. The wall.
Were there not shenanigans when you faced him?
Of course,
There were.
there are always shenanigans when he faces anybody with what's his face out on the
There you
outside.
go.
Said Tristan. Yeah, I don't.
There you go.
The less said about him, the better. But the wall now. I think this is almost a 5-way because he's the size of two men. He's huge.
He's big.
He's talented, but one thing he doesn't have that I do is the heart 3 times bigger than him and the experience thrice of him. 4 times, 5 times his experience. I don't even know what the word for that would be.
Yeah.
A lot.
We got it.
More.
Quintuple.
Yes.
There you go.
Quadruple, quintuple.
That works.
Sextuple. That's
6 times.
6.
Yeah.
Yes.
Octuple, that's 8.
Yes.
I've
We
got
skipped
8
7.
times
What's
the
7?
experience. I've got 8 times the
Septuple.
experience of the wall.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna. Well, he's not a tree. I was gonna say I'll chop him down, but that only works on trees. But for a wall, I'm gonna get a
That's
wrecking
fun.
ball.
There you
Get a
go.
wrecking ball, and I'm gonna
Oh my
knock him
God.
down brick by brick by brick. Cue Miley Cyrus.
Thank you.
Boom.
If
Where I
you
was
hit
going.
a cannonball in the corner on him or so, we got to say that's a wrecking ball. Or we got to call
Yeah.
something that you do.
I mean, if I had my
Absolutely.
partner Lance, we could do the launch have a quack, but that's neither here nor there.
I was
Neither here
watching
nor there.
because we had the 5 years since the May 3rd show, and it was the Jericho night with Omega and the Ugly Ducklings as well.
And we made sure to hit that in front of Kenny Omega.
Right. And I remember calling it. It like everybody looked at me funny because they were like, "What'd you just call that?" I was like, "It's called the Launchpad McQuack. That's what it's called."
It's the best name ever. of a
Yeah,
move.
it's
I
fantastic.
mean,
Anyways, yes, but maybe if
Yeah.
you do something, we
But
got
June 7th, you're looking at the new Jake the Snake Roberts Heritage Champion. You're looking
I
at the
love it.
new snakeskin belt holder right here, Rob Killjoy,
Okay.
the Duckling. I've been racking up those wins. I've been there a little more regularly. Been showing this beautiful face around just a little more often. And I think once I get that belt, you're not going to get rid of me. I mean, you put this face on posters, it sells tickets. So, I mean, what choice do they have?
absolutely.
Agreed.
I love it. I love it.
Agreed.
Well, I was gonna say, do you have anything final for the fans before we let you go? But I mean, you kind of
Follow
just said
me
it
on
all.
Twitter. Follow me on Facebook. The Ugly Ducklings. I'm Rob Killjoy. Just go follow me. Like the cool things I post. Enjoy my sense of humor. But regardless of what my wife thinks, I'm exactly as funny as I think I am. Regardless of what she says.
I would agree.
So look, you all had a great time. I was a blast. I was very entertaining. You all had lots of fun. You can't wait to have me back.
It's true.
You're right.
This is true.
Absolutely.
I appreciate all of
Very
you being
entertaining.
guests. I appreciate all of you being guests on my podcast.
Thank you for having us. We loved
Thank
it.
And
you
that's
for
how I'm
having
going
us.
to sign off.
All right.
Well, hold on. Well, sorry. There's one way we sign off. Look, everybody's got to put their hands in. Look, I'm doing it right now. You got to put your hand in. Put your hand in, all right? We're going up and down. We're quacking, okay? I can only see one of you, but the rest of you got your hands in, right?
Yeah, we're in. We're
All
in.
right, we're going up and down. We're quacking.
Quack.
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 Quack. Quack.
Quack.
Can't believe I
Quack.
just got you guys to do that. Oh, can't believe I got you guys to do that.
And we can't even see your hands. So
I'm the
I don't even know-
manipulator. I was associate path
Yes,
all
you
along.
are.
It
was-
was you.
Oh, what a twist. M. Night Shyamalan-like twist. Stephen King couldn't have written it better.
It was
All right, well,
Rob
June
Killjoy.
7th. June 7th, come see all these hijinks at the merch table. June 7th, the Action Building, Canton, Georgia. Quack, quack. See you there.
Quack,
new,
quack.
new Jake the Snake champion. Snakeskin belt. Quack.
All right, Rob. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir.
Bye.
Well, that was an experience, guys. Nothing like hanging out with the Ugly Duckling, Rob Killjoy, one of the 4 members in that fatal 4-way match that's going to happen on June the 7th, SHW 63, as he competes for the Jake the Snake Legacy Championship. That's just one of the incredible matches that's a part of SHW 63. But shout out to Rob Killjoy. Boy, what a fun interview that was.
What'd you call him, Diana? What was it?
A wise quacker.
A wise quacker.
A wise quacker.
Yeah.
He is such. He
We-
is. He's quick. He's
Mhm.
witty.
He is.
He's 100 miles an hour. I
He
mean,
is.
I've never met a duck that flies so fast or waddles so fast or
Hey.
whatever. But yeah, he is
Yeah.
a hoot. That would be an owl. Though. He's a quack.
We had no idea where the conversation was going to take us, but there you
no
go.
idea. One
Rob
of the
Killjoy.
most unpredictable interviews, I think, in the history
love
of this
it.
podcast.
Yeah,
It's great.
You never know. It's just like SHW shows. You never know what's going to happen and what's going to be said.
I'm
And
just-
speaking of
yeah,
an
go ahead.
SHW show, SHW 62 is now available, of course, on IWTV. You can relive that incredible, leapfrog, that leg drop that we talked about that
Yeah.
he did from ring to ring. It's all there, plus the great moments that we itemized last week. If you were in the building, the one thing you missed was our commentary. So you got to go back and relive it, because I promise you it adds to the experience significantly. It's available right now on IWTV.
Hearing
Absolutely.
you guys on commentary is worth the monthly subscription.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Oh, shucks.
Period.
Thank
If I don't
you,
watch
guys.
anything else, I'm gonna watch you guys. I'm gonna watch
Thank
us all
you.
back, but I'm gonna listen to y'all because I don't
Wow.
get to hear what y'all do. We get to talk about it at the Waffle House later. I don't get to hear all the pops and all the fun stuff. So,
But it's funny because I think because we all do it together, we forget that you don't hear us.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh,
And
yeah,
I mean,
that's right.
I know when you get excited, I can kind of hear you from where I am, but it's
Okay.
not the same.
I get it.
Yes, and I haven't been able to watch it back yet, so that will be what I do.
Aha. Aha.
There you
My
go.
Friday
Weekend
night will
plans.
be-
I love it.
well,
Oh,
just
yeah.
Friday night, because Saturday I'm finding a beach.
Good for you. Which, by the way, happy belated Mother's Day.
Yes.
Thanks.
And to all of the mothers
Absolutely.
in the SHW
Yeah.
universe, happy Mother's Day, happy belated Mother's Day. The world doesn't exist without mothers. So
True
we are
that.
absolutely
Facts.
appreciative for all that you have done. And Diana, you are amazing, as you well know.
Thank you.
So
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to
The
wrap
best
us
job.
up. And again, I'm so glad we got to have Rob on. I can't believe, he joined SHW 5 years ago. This is the first time we finally had him on the podcast. So it's good to have him. And again, unpredictable. Didn't know where that was going to go, but it was
Mm-mm.
fun for sure.
yeah.
And
You have to keep up because you
Right.
leave. Yeah, you just-
Right. And it was like,
he is a
whoa,
complete cartoon character. That is no joke.
but
he is.
as GB mentioned, that fatal 4-way matchup, JTS Legacy title, Rob Killjoy will be a part of that. SHW 63 coming up June 7th. Of course, we've still got time in between now and then, so we will talk to you before that. And of course, we'll have a big preview show coming up as well. As you saw, a couple of things announced this week. More matches will be announced next week, and we'll talk to you next week with another episode of this podcast. But until then, this has been
SHW.
This is our wrestling.
Get it?
Representing the Ugly Duckling quack, Rob Killjoy. And then you're gonna hear one key phrase echoing out throughout the AWN arena. You know what that is, don't you? What are all the fans gonna be saying?